Have you ever wondered about the intricate details of Baroque architecture? Well, let's dive into it. Baroque architecture, a term derived from the Portuguese word barroco, meaning misshapen pearl, was a style that emerged in the late 16th century in Italy. It was a time of great cultural, political, and social upheaval, and this was reflected in the architecture of the period. The style is characterized by extravagant details and dramatic effects, a stark contrast to the restrained elegance of its predecessor, Renaissance architecture. The Baroque style was a manifestation of the Catholic Church's reaction to the Protestant Reformation, a statement of power and authority. It was about more than just buildings, it was about creating an atmosphere, an experience. From Italy, this style proliferated across Europe, influencing architecture and the arts in profound ways, and thus, Baroque architecture came into existence, setting the stage for grandeur and opulence in the world of design. Now, what sets Baroque architecture apart from other styles? Well, Baroque architecture is a lavish, dramatic style that originated in Italy in the late 16th century. It's a style that's all about spectacle, about making a grand statement. To achieve this, architects of the Baroque period used a range of distinctive features. Firstly, one of the defining characteristics of Baroque architecture is its grandeur. This is a style that is all about scale and grandiosity. Buildings are designed to impress, with massive facades, monumental staircases, and vast interiors. Secondly, there's the opulence. Baroque architecture is defined by its rich, lavish details. Think intricate carvings, gilded ornaments, and vibrant frescoes. The interiors of Baroque buildings are often filled with ornate decorations, from ornamental plasterwork to elaborate ceiling frescoes. Then we come to the dramatic intensity of Baroque architecture. This is a style that is designed to evoke powerful emotional responses. Architects achieved this through the use of contrast, playing with light and shadow to create dramatic effects. They also made extensive use of illusion, using techniques such as trompe-l'oeil to create a sense of depth and perspective. Last, but certainly not least, there's the intricate detail of Baroque architecture. This is a style that's all about complexity and richness. Architects would layer detail upon detail, creating a sense of depth and complexity that is almost overwhelming. This can be seen in the intricately carved stonework, the complex geometrical patterns, and the elaborate ornamentation that are characteristic of Baroque architecture. So you see, Baroque architecture is all about creating a sense of awe and wonder. It's about making a grand statement, and it's about evoking powerful emotional responses. And it achieves this through a combination of grandeur, opulence, dramatic intensity, and intricate detail. These elements of grandeur, opulence, and drama make Baroque architecture a sight to behold. So where can we see these amazing examples of Baroque architecture? Well, let's embark on a virtual journey, starting in Rome, the birthplace of Baroque. Here we find the Basilica of St. Peter, an architectural marvel with its ornate interiors and elliptical dome. It's not just a church, it's a symbol of the Catholic Church's power and grandeur during the Baroque period. Next, we travel to France to the Palace of Versailles, a symbol of absolute monarchy of the Ancien Regime. The palace's Hall of Mirrors is a masterpiece of Baroque architecture with its grand-scale, opulent decoration and the clever use of mirrors to reflect and amplify light. Moving further east, we arrive at St. Petersburg, Russia. The Winter Palace, now part of the Hermitage Museum, is a stunning representation of Russian Baroque. Its facade, adorned with hundreds of statues and intricate carvings, is a sight to behold. Let's not forget the Baroque city of Dresden, Germany, home to the Zwinger Palace. The palace's playful interplay of architectural elements, combined with its wealth of sculptures, is a testament to the exuberance of the Baroque style. And finally, we cross the Atlantic to the New World. In Latin America, the city of Puebla in Mexico houses the Rosary Chapel, a jewel of Mexican Baroque. Its interior, covered in gold leaf and filled with intricate carvings, is a dazzling display of the opulence of the era. These structures, each unique in its way, share common traits that define the Baroque style: grandeur, drama, and a sense of movement. They are all designed not just to impress, but to inspire awe, to overwhelm the senses, to make you feel small in the face of such monumental beauty. And these are just a few examples. Baroque architecture flourished in many parts of the world, leaving us with a rich legacy of structures that continue to inspire and amaze us with their artistic and architectural brilliance. These structures stand as testaments to the grandeur and artistic brilliance of the Baroque era, How does Baroque architecture compare to Gothic architecture? To answer this question, let's first delve into the timeline. Gothic architecture was the prominent style in the late Middle Ages, around the 12th to 16th centuries, while Baroque architecture took center stage later, during the 17th and 18th centuries. Now, let's turn our gaze to the aesthetics. Gothic architecture is characterized by its pointed arches, ribbed vaults and flying buttresses. It's an architectural style that's all about height and light. The buildings seem to stretch towards the heavens, with their tall spires and large stained glass windows allowing plenty of light to pour in. It's as if the architects were trying to bring the celestial radiance down to earth. Baroque architecture, on the other hand, focuses on grandeur and spectacle. It's a style that's all about impressing the viewer. The buildings are ornate, with intricate details, curved lines, and rich colors. They often feature dramatic use of light and shadow, creating a sense of depth and movement. It's as if the architects were trying to bring the drama of the theater to architecture. Culturally, both styles were deeply influenced by the religious and political climates of their times. Gothic architecture was born out of the Christian desire to express divine grandeur. It was about creating awe-inspiring spaces that would elevate the spirit. Baroque architecture, on the other hand, was a product of the Counter-Reformation. The Catholic Church used it as a tool to impress and attract followers, with its lavish decorations and emotional appeal. But despite these differences, both styles share a common goal: to inspire and amaze the viewer. Whether it's through the towering heights of a Gothic cathedral or the opulent details of a Baroque palace, both styles aim to create an unforgettable experience. While both styles have their own charm, the differences between Baroque and Gothic architecture are clearly evident. What about Renaissance architecture? How does it differ from Baroque? Let's take a journey back to the time between the 14th and 17th centuries when the Renaissance style was in its prime. This period was all about revisiting the classical ideas of ancient Rome and Greece, creating a distinct design language that was harmonious, balanced, and human-centric. In contrast, Baroque architecture, emerging in the late 16th century, was a theatrical response to the understated elegance of the Renaissance. It was marked by grandeur, drama, and a sense of movement. In the realm of design principles, the Renaissance architects, inspired by Vitruvius, focused on symmetry, proportion, and geometry. Buildings were designed from a human perspective, with every element in balance, creating a sense of calm and rationality. On the other hand, Baroque architecture broke away from the strict rules of symmetry and proportion. It was characterized by complex floor plans, large-scale ceiling frescoes, opulent ornamentation, and a bold play of light and shadow. It aimed to evoke emotional responses, creating a sense of awe and wonder. Culturally, Renaissance architecture was influenced by the humanistic philosophy of the period, emphasizing human potential and achievement. It was a reflection of the society's quest for knowledge and exploration. Baroque architecture, however, was deeply connected to the Counter-Reformation. The Catholic Church utilized the grandiosity of Baroque architecture to reassert its power and influence in the face of the Protestant Reformation. In terms of aesthetics, Renaissance buildings, with their orderly arrangements and clear, well-defined spaces, exuded a sense of tranquility. Baroque architecture, with its dynamic undulating surfaces and dramatic interior spaces, was all about capturing the viewer's attention and immersing them in a sensory experience. To sum it up, while Renaissance architecture can be seen as a poetic ode to the classical ideals of balance and harmony, Baroque architecture is like an extravagant symphony filled with drama and spectacle. Both Baroque and Renaissance architecture have left an indelible mark on the world of design, each with its unique characteristics. So, what have we learned about Baroque architecture today? We've journeyed through time, exploring the origins of this lavish and ornate style that emerged in the late 16th century. We've delved into the distinctive characteristics of Baroque architecture, from its grandeur and drama to its intricate details and dynamic shapes. We've admired notable examples such as St. Peter's Basilica and the Palace of Versailles, witnessing the grand scale and theatricality that define this style. We've also compared Baroque architecture with Gothic and Renaissance styles, understanding its evolution and how it diverged from its predecessors with its emphasis on movement, light, and spectacle. In essence, Baroque architecture is much more than just a style. It's a reflection of a time of great change, a bold statement of power and wealth, and a celebration of artistic freedom. Just like a grand symphony, Baroque architecture is a harmonious amalgamation of art, culture, and history, a testament to mankind's quest for beauty and grandeur.